Howdy, and welcome back to Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. Today's issue is going to be on the Revell Sikorsky H-19. It's a 1955 issued kit, kit number H227-98. This was a 48 scale kit. Revell issued this kit in a couple of different formats. This one here is with the flotation gear. They also issued it with regular standard landing gear, and they issued both of those two versions in the same year when it was first released in 1955. So this is the flotation one from the Air Force. So let's take a look at it and see what this kit looks like. Just a note at the beginning, this kit, while looks pretty good, it did get a little bit of water damage at some point, so the cardboard did get a little bit warped on it. But the kit itself is still intact, so we can see what it looked like in 1955. And so this is typical of this period Revell. It's a lithograph that's been wrapped around on one of their hard boxes. Scaled from official prints. Sikorsky H-19 rescue helicopter. All plastic, quick, easy to build, no cutting or sanding. So this was the transition from wood kits to plastic was occurring at this time. So this being one of the early Revell plastic kits, they're really making a point to say, hey, this is plastic. You don't have to do nothing. Just put it together. Not like the wood kits where you had to sand and fill and dope and all that stuff. And so here we've got the end. It might be better look at the other end here. So the end's got, again, repetition of the top box art. It's a Revell S kit. So S stood for styrene. So you're supposed to use the cement for that, not the wood glue. And Revell H227-98. The -98, again, underlined in this case here, stood for what the suggested retail price of this kit was supposed to be, which was 98 cents. On the side, unlike some of the later ones where they see repetitive box arts from some of their other issues, they're actually calling out by name the specific models that they are also available from them. So you got a Cutlass, Air Cobra, Scorpion, Thunderstreak, Skyrocket, and then of course the helicopter, and a few different boats, and a tally-ho coach. All these kits, I believe, were all issued in the same size box, so there's no constant scale to them. It was what's called box scale. This one turns out to be, scaled to 1/48, which is now a standard scale, which has worked out nice if you're building it now and putting it part of a collection. They're pointing out their special swivel base. This was a pretty popular base that Revell used for a number of years. Some of their larger kits, Liberator, Condra B36, DC7, a B25, a B47, and a Stratofortress. And again, some more ship kits across the bottom. So let's take a look at what we got inside. This box cover artwork was done by Richard Casciati. So it's kind of dramatic, showing you the rescue of a downed pilot. Pretty good artwork on here. Here we get inside, we see our instruction sheets and decals. So here we've got another rendition of, similar to the box art on the cover, but it's not exactly the same box art. This guy's a little bit different. This is more just a drawing rendition, specifically made for this panel here, with some information about the helicopter itself. You also got a list of the parts down here, and if you lost a part, you could send in this coupon, and Revell would send you their missing part. So here's the instructions on this one. A little bit large. I'll show you there. So we'll take a look at it along the way here. So we've got assembling of the propeller hub. They've actually got it separated out in steps for the initial internal parts. Did get two different pilots. What's kind of cool about these early Revell kits is that they actually took some time to make some interesting figures to go with them that are pretty good looking. A lot of kits later on, just use these really generic blobby Michelin Man looking pilot figures. But some of these early Revell kits actually had some good looking pilots. Get an engine, and there was clamshells at the front of this that you could open up to see the engine. Then assembly 5 is just one of their large exploded views again, showing the final assembly of the airframe itself. You do also get a little man that you could hang from the winch here, it looks like. And here's something that's kind of common. A lot of times the landing gear was held on by using a heated screwdriver or knife or something like that in order to be able to melt the plastic on the end as a way of keeping the wheel on. You don't see that being done anymore today. And then here's, of course, the Revell stand. So, backside, a little bit more of some of their other kits. And you can also send away for a quarter and get their catalog. Take a look at the decals. These decals have not fared very well. It looks like they're a little bit wavy, so I'm assuming they probably got a little wet when this box got wet. Some cracking going on there. And this is Air Force 13893. There's a history on this aircraft, or this helicopter, which I'll review with you a little bit later, but it is a significant aircraft in Air Force history. We'll set those aside. And let's take a look. We've got a couple of fuselage halves. No interior detail on the sides, but a lot of detail on the outside. Some fairly heavy rivets. These would certainly scale out to be probably about the size of golf balls if they were life size. But a lot of detail. Revell was known for spending the time to really get their kits accurate. I mean, all the little hinge markings on there, access panels and all that, they really did a good job of trying to capture the aircraft, unlike when you see some of the Aurora kits or even some of the Lindbergh kits of the time period that are very, very simple. They just can't give you the general shape. Revell really tried to give you a good rendition of the aircraft. Here's the floats. Getting some more detail. A lot of rivets. Here's one of the clear parts. So here's one of the sprues. Get your tail rotor, one of the wheels. There's actually little dials for the instrument panel. A little bit of flash going on here. Another sprue with some seats, aerials, winch parts, it looks like, landing gear pieces. An arm. Some more seats, more engine parts maybe. Maybe 3 rotor blades. And again, nice detailing being done on there. Pretty nice. Got your clamshell doors. There is a little bit of detailing on the inside of the clamshell doors. Bottom half of the, or actually no, top half of the pontoons. Again, some nice detail across there. And the sprues are clear parts, your side windows. Not too terribly bad. These are kind of bulged windows, So there's the thickness of the plastic kind of makes them a little wonky, but still fairly decent. It's your windshield. Got nice distinct framing on it. Like some of the other kits of this period where the framing is almost non-existent. This would be pretty easy to mask or even just hand paint them. Additional sprue with some smaller parts. So they give you quite a bit of cockpit stuff, which is unusual again for this kind of time period. This is a pretty sophisticated kit. Yeah, even some more cockpit detail inside. You've got little pouches on the side. Really, really good kit. And some bulkheads. Engine parts. Yeah, really detailed. So a couple of little miscellaneous pieces in here. Here's, you actually got 4 ground crew. You got ground crewman here. Yeah, nice interesting pose. Get one of the pilots. He's wearing a crusher cap instead of a helmet. The other crewman. He's the one that's got the arm on the tree still. Then the person being rescued. A few miscellaneous parts. So that's the kit for you. Quite surprising how detailed it actually is, especially for a 1955 kit. So this particular aircraft, the 13893, had a nickname. It was called Hop-Along. And it took part in the first transatlantic helicopter crossing, or first transatlantic crossing by a helicopter. This helicopter and one other one took part in an effort to see if they could move helicopters across the Atlantic. So it was July 15th, 1952. Hop-Along, another helicopter, left Westover Air Force Base in Maryland. Had several different stops across the way, Canada, Greenland, Scotland, and then they eventually ended their trip at Wiesbaden Air Force Base in Germany. So the total flight time ended up being 51 hours, 55 minutes. It took 6 stops over the course of 21 days, and they arrived August 4th. So the actual Atlantic crossing portion of it took part between July 17th and July 29th. They did stop when they stopped in Scotland. They stayed there for a day for an air show. So it wasn't just one straight flight. It did take them a few days to get over there, but it's the first time helicopters had made the attempt to cross the Atlantic. So it's a good way of testing to see if it was possible to forward deploy aircraft during the middle of the Cold War. And it was just successful. They were able to do it. Let me show you some images of that specific aircraft. So Revell reissued this kit several times over the years. In 1955, the date of this kit, they'd released the float version and the regular land plane version at the same time. Next year, they issued a Marine Corps version, HRS-1. A couple of years later, Westland built version, the British company Westland. They got a license to build this aircraft. So the Westland Whirlwind was issued by Revell of Great Britain. And then in 1960, The Navy got their version of it, an HO4S1, as part of the Operation Deep Freeze, as an all red, or all probably day glow red one for the Antarctic missions that they were trying out. And then it continued to be reissued over the years. Some of the other subsidiaries of Revell also popped it, with Revell Odella in Mexico, Marchon in Japan, Kikoler in Brazil. And then the latest issue that I could find on this was 2017 by Revell again. So this kit's been around and been reissued many times. So this should be a fairly easy one for you to find if you're looking to build it. I can see why it keeps getting issued and still being issued today, because it is a pretty nice kit. A little heavy on the rivets, but surprisingly a lot of detail on this particular kit. So let me know in the comment sections if you've built one of these or one of the versions of it, what you thought of it, how does it go together? Does it look as good as what I'm thinking it might be? So let us know. I think that's about it for today. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and have yourself a great day.